Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the GOAT of the NFL, of football in general. Now, when I first started getting into football, I'm pretty sure Tom Brady was like teasing people with his retirement like 10 times. And then I think the first season I started watching, he might have been at the Buccaneers. So I've never really seen how truly great he actually was. So today we're going to be looking at how good was Tom Brady actually. Let's get right into this.
The problem with Tom Brady being so great is that sometimes people don't realize how great he actually was.
Oh, what a catch, mate. He wasn't a good receiver, though.
It's commonly accepted he's the GOAT. But because everyone accepts his NFL dominance during his 23-year career, huge accomplishments get glossed over. You don't even know about some of his most insane feats.
Exactly, I probably don't.
He's the single greatest football player ever.
I mean, you could say that, but Jackson Dart is on the conversation.
And no one will ever surpass him.
Whoa.
And for anyone with an argument against that, you'll see why you're wrong.
Okay.
This is the gridiron. Tom Brady was born on August 3rd, 1977 in San Mateo, California, about 20 miles from San Francisco. Naturally, he grew up a 49ers fan and a huge Joe Montana fan, idolizing him. Brady attended Niners games at Candlestick Park and was even in attendance at the 1981 NFC Championship game where Montana threw the catch to Dwight Clark. One of the most famous moments in the NFL's rich history.
I saw that on the Patreon. Go check it out. Link down below.
Brady was only 4 at the time. Perhaps that moment cemented itself in his mind forever, and maybe even subconsciously inspired him to have similar plays in his career. Brady was the 4th child to his parents and an only son. Sports were an enormous part of his childhood. He played football, baseball, and basketball at Junipero Serra High School.
Athlete.
As a freshman, he made the Padres JV football team, but he was only the backup. He was not good enough to start for a team that was 0-8 and hadn't scored a touchdown all year. That's enough to make a kid think that football wasn't for him. But the starter did get injured, and Brady stepped in.
Hey.
Sound familiar?
I was just about to say that. That sounds familiar.
Though he played well, it appeared Brady's talent was as a baseball player. A left-handed batting catcher, Brady garnered interest from MLB scouts. He was actually drafted by the Montreal Expos in the 1995 MLB draft. Even that's enough to make a kid think that football wasn't for him.
I did not know that.
Maybe baseball was. However, when Brady found out there was interest in him playing football for the Michigan Wolverines, he chose that path instead. An interesting part of Brady's college academic career. He did a summer internship at Merrill Lynch. He learned lessons there that would stick with him throughout his life. But Brady's college football career didn't start off with such excitement. He was a redshirt freshman in the 1995 season. Brady then served as the backup in the 96 and 97 seasons, in the shadow of Brian Griese, who led the 97 Wolverines to an undefeated season. Finally, Brady earned the right to start and did so for the entirety of the 1998 and 1999 seasons. But for the first 7 games of the 99 season, Brady had to split his starting role with Drew Henson, playing the first quarter, Henson playing the second, and then the coach deciding who played the second half. Despite the uncertainty, Brady had big moments. Against Penn State, he led his team to a fourth-quarter comeback, winning 31-27. In the last regular season game, tied with Ohio State 17-17 with 5 minutes left, Brady led the Wolverines to the game-winning score. He also led Michigan to an overtime win in the Orange Bowl against Alabama, throwing for 369 yards and 4 touchdowns. Even with all that success, when Brady entered the 2000 NFL Draft, he slipped all the way to the 199th pick. Every team.
That's like absolutely crazy, by the way. How he's the best ever, but he was in the 6th round, 199
passed on him multiple times until the New England Patriots chose him as a backup quarterback.
Greatest draft pick of all time, you would have to say then.
Brady's first year in the NFL was in 2000. He sat behind Drew Bledsoe and John Freese and Michael Bishop. That's right. Brady was 4th on the depth chart. he only had 3 pass attempts, 1 completion, and 6 yards. The Pats were 5-11. Once again, he was not good enough to start on a bad team. One of Brady's best qualities is his mental toughness. There are big games throughout his career, big moments. But just think how strong-minded you have to be to endure all these setbacks. At this stage of Brady's career, no one expected anything from him. He was simply a backup. But in the 2001 season, he got his chance. Drew Bledsoe went down with an injury, and Brady made the most of his chance.
Tom Brady, the second-year quarterback from the University of Michigan.
In Brady's 14 starts that year, the Patriots were 11-3, going 11-5 overall and winning the AFC East. He threw 18 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. It was rocky at times, but the Patriots were in the playoffs. On an unbelievable run led by the 199th pick in the draft.
Look at him doing his 40-yard dash there. He looked he looks like a school teacher. He looks like a PE teacher.
199th pick in
That's
the draft.
funny, man.
The Patriots made it to the Super Bowl and faced the St. Louis Rams, who they beat 20-17. It was a fairy tale story for Brady. That could have been his only Super Bowl win. His career could have continued on modestly, and he would have still forever been remembered in New England and all around the NFL. But Brady's mental toughness wouldn't allow him to settle. The very next year, Brady led his team to another winning record, 9-7, second in the AFC East, and his 28 passing touchdowns led the league. However, the Patriots missed the playoffs. No worries, adversity is just an opportunity for mental toughness to shine. The 2003 Patriots went 14-2 and won the division once more. They made it back to the Super Bowl and beat the Panthers 32-29. And 2004 was the deja vu year. They won the division again, went 14-2 again, back to the Super Bowl and won it again. Teams rarely repeat at Super Bowl champs. Brady's 03 and 04 Pats were the last to do it. Brady was now one of only 5 quarterbacks to win 3 or more Super Bowls, including his idol Joe Montana with 4. So would Brady dial it back? Take the huge paydays that he deserved? No. While Brady was still compensated heavily, he took pay cuts so that the team could do more with better players. His competitive drive was a key factor in the Patriots' success
that's what people should do, man.
Brady led the Patriots to 17 division titles, 13 AFC championship games, 9 Super Bowl appearances, and 6 Super Bowl wins. Perhaps none more iconic than the greatest comeback of all time. Super Bowl 51 against the Atlanta Falcons, down 28-3 midway through the third quarter. Brady and the Pats somehow managed to come back, send it to overtime, and win it 34-28. On the way to creating history, he went back to a childhood memory and channeled his inner Joe Montana when he threw a pass to Julian Edelman for a highlight reel catch. It may not be known across the NFL as the catch, but in New England, it's known as that catch. In beating the Falcons, Brady snagged his 5th Super Bowl win, surpassing his idol Joe Montana and
craziest thing, I don't even think I've seen the highlights for this game. I should definitely take a look at that.
Quarterback, now becoming the quarterback with the most Super Bowl wins ever. But he was still tied with defensive end Charles Haley for most Super Bowl wins by any player, though that only lasted a couple more years. Brady won his 6th Super Bowl against the Rams and made more history. By the time Brady's career in New England came to an end, he left a mark on a franchise like no one else ever did before. On March 20th, 2020, Brady joined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a new team after 2 decades. It proved to be an immense challenge for Brady. The year was rocky for the Bucs, but they managed to get into the playoffs as the 5 seed. Even with that low seed, they beat Washington. They beat Drew Brees and the Saints, and they beat Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, all on the road. Then they faced off against the defending Super Bowl champion
31-9
and beat the brakes off of them 31-9. Brady had won it all in his first year with a new team and secured Super Bowl number 7, an untouchable achievement.
You'll have to let me know, was he seen as the GOAT before he went to the Buccaneers anyway? Or is like the fact that he went to a new team and won it in his first season like solidified him as the GOAT?
There are so many ways to put Brady's greatness into perspective. It's like looking at a work of art through 100 different windows. But there are some good ways to look at it. In 2007, Brady was the first quarterback to ever throw for 50 touchdowns in a season.
Whoa.
He did so while only throwing 8 interceptions. The only other 2 quarterbacks to hit or clear 50 touchdowns in a season are Patrick Mahomes and Peyton Manning, but both did so while throwing double-digit interceptions. His career regular season passing touchdowns, 649, is the most ever. 3 other quarterbacks have surpassed 500. No one else has passed 600.
Jeez, well
His
in
career
front.
regular season passing yardage, 89,214 yards, is the most ever. The next closest is about 9,000 yards behind him. His 89,214 yards is difficult to picture. Try thinking of it as 50.68 miles, or enough distance to reach the peak of Mount Everest 9 times. But perhaps the best way to see just how good Tom Brady actually was is this. Here are 6 career stat lines. The first is Hall of Famer John Elway. The second is Tom Brady in his 30s. The third is Hall of Famer Steve Young. The fourth is Tom Brady in his 40s. The fifth is Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. The sixth is Tom Brady in his 20s.
Tom Brady in his 40s.
Think about that. The man hasn't just had a Hall of Fame career, he's had 3 of them. And amazingly, Brady has a career that can stand alone as a Hall of Fame career if it consisted solely of games he played aged 40 and over. All other players are on the decline at 40. Brady was rising to new heights. That
could probably still play now.
No one will ever touch Tom Brady. It isn't good enough to be great. You have to be great 3 times in one life. Then maybe, just maybe, you could talk.
The way he's talking about that, it seems like no one else will catch him as being the GOAT. But obviously, there's always new players coming through. You don't know who's going to appear in the NFL in the future. But something I noticed on before is the fact that he took a pay cut to allow other better players to come in. Do you reckon there could be like a team that like tries to get 22 guys to all take a massive pay cut so you can make the best team that there's ever been for one season, all on 1-year contract or something, win the Super Bowl easily, and then they can all sign a new contract somewhere else? I wonder how many people would actually be open to doing that. Obviously, you have to be one of the best in the league. But I don't know. That's just something I was thinking, because it depends if they prefer Super Bowls or money. You have to ask them that question, and then I reckon a few people might take the offer. You never know. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like and subscribe button for me, please, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.